let me get back to a point that you were alluding to just a couple of minutes ago when you were speaking about the fact that Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei has warned that a U.S. attack on his country could trigger a regional war. Is the strategy on his part to instill a fear in regional leaders that a wider, more devastating war may be on the horizon, and therefore to encourage regional leaders who get along with Trump to therefore negotiate a de-escalation?
That is certainly one element of what they're trying to do, but I think the way you phrase it made it sound as if it's a false threat. I don't think it is a false threat, and I think the primary audience of this is Donald Trump himself. I think the Iranian calculation amongst those who are skeptical about diplomacy is that Trump has an exaggerated view of Iran's current weakness. Clearly, Iran is weaker than it was 2 years ago, but the view in the White House, perhaps informed by efforts by the Israelis, is exaggerated. And as a result, he's driving a maximalist bargain. And he's essentially thinking that through this military mobilization, he will be able to force the Iranians to capitulate. But the thinking on the Iranian side is a small war, not in the sense that it would be symbolic, but one in which the U.S. attacks and the Iranians give an unprecedented response in the region and against U.S. forces, will quickly dispel Trump of any belief he may have had that this could be a quick, glorious victory similar to Venezuela, similar to other military actions that he's taken, and as a result, force Trump to step back and then come back to the negotiating table, but with a much more realistic assessment of what kind of demands he can make and what kind of coercion he can pursue. This is, of course, there's no guarantee that this type of a calculation could work out, and it could, and very likely also end up into a much longer war that would be devastating for all sides. And the Iranians recognize, obviously, they will take huge hits, even in the best case scenario that they have. But I think there is so little faith in negotiations with Trump right now that that argument is the one that seems to be prevailing in Tehran right now.